All right, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back for part 2 of this brisket video I'm trying to make. Welcome to my channel. Where there's smoke, there's food. Just real quick, if you would you please like and subscribe to this channel? I'd appreciate it. So with that being said, so I got the 2 briskets out, and I'm gonna let them. Well, I've been letting them sit out for a little bit. It's a pretty cold morning, so they're not going to get as warmed up as I want them to be. But with that being said, I've got 2 drums fired up. I've got my Hunsaker, and I've got my original drum that was made for hickory stick barbecue. I'm going to cook it on them too. I'm using lump charcoal, and I'm going to throw some pecan chunks in the drums. So we're going to get these things on here in just. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this here brisket on the Hunsaker. I've got the other brisket on. We're just going to layer on there. I've got a second rack on here, and I'm going to use this second rack so that way I can rotate my brisket. I'm going to rotate it probably about every 30 minutes. I'm going to wait and see how it does. We're looking for color before we wrap, but just going to keep an eye on it and see how she does. All right, it's been about 30 minutes here, a little over 30 minutes. We're going to see what she looks like, and I'm going to go ahead and do a rotate on here. Whew. Probably can't see it that good, but she don't look too bad. Just do a little 1/4 to 1/2 rotate there. Actually, you probably need to get it over a little bit. There we go. She's starting to cook pretty good. All right, we're about 2 hours into this cook, and I just got done flipping these briskets. I want to show you this. See how the bottom is. I know it's kind of hard to tell with all this smoke, but that's what I'm looking for in the bottom. That's a good looking color, so I went ahead and flipped it. I'm going to leave it flipped probably for about 30 minutes and check it. Might cook it to an hour. I don't know. I'm just going to watch for it, but this is the one on the Hunsaker. So we'll get back and check her out again here shortly. Okay, so I got the briskets back on the drum. Just a reminder, when you're cooking on a drum smoker, a couple things. One, the reason why I flipped the brisket is because I want to get that char on both sides. Can cookers, a lot of times they flip their brisket and ribs and pork and stuff. When you're cooking on other types of smokers, you don't necessarily have to do that or need to do that. But with this technique that I'm using, it makes it a lot better product if you flip them. And also, when you put your square pan on your drum smoker, you're going to have to take and bend the ends of the pan up. It is a tight fit, but you just got to make it work. But with it being wrapped up, I'm just going to let her go now, and hopefully we'll be pulling it off here in a couple hours. So. All right, I'm back. Just pulled these 2 briskets off. Definitely see a little difference in the color. That one there is a little not as dark as what that one is, but I really like that. I'm a little pressed for time here today, but everything seems to be cooking along pretty good. So now as we're going to do is we're going to fill this with au jus. Excuse me, not au jus, but injection. Oh, brisket wrap, whatever you want to call it right now. So main thing that I'm looking for on this is that the bark is set on it. Definitely want to make sure the rub's not coming off, basically. And well, they sure smell good. It's been a really cold day today, so everything's been a little I don't know. It's just been a day. I had a hard time getting the pits to take off this morning, but it happens. So I'm going to add just a little more beef au jus here in each one. Anyways, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wrap these up. We're going to get them back on the pit, and we're going to let them go. We're going to look for a temperature of 205-ish to see where they're at, and then once we get close to that temp, then we're going to probe them and see. We're looking for warm butter texture. That's what we're going for. All right, we're going to get these back on the pit, and we'll see how things go. Probably going to be a couple hours, and hopefully these bad boys will be done. All right, I've been probing this brisket, and we're about 211 in the point, and it's just like butter. A little bit of resistance here, but this thing's okay. We're going to let her ride. Looking for that butter-like texture. I should say warm butter texture. We might push it just for a couple more minutes here. We'll go for a few more minutes here. It's got just a tad resistance to it. Wow, wind caught that. All right, well, my phone didn't record this first little section, the first brisket I cut, so I'm going to show you how to cut this one. But what I did was I strained my au jus out of there, just trying to separate the grease and the fat. I put a strainer on there to kind of catch all the bigger stuff. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this again. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and separate the point off of here. And the last one was really, really good. This one here is looking pretty good. I'll let these things rest for a little while. When I say a couple hours, I guess it was. Man, resting makes a world of difference on anything. Pork loin, pork butts. Pretty good little bend to it. I'd actually cut these slices a little bit thicker, but don't look too bad. A lot of brisket there. Not too shabby. Pretty good. All right. Where's my slices? It's a big old chunk of fat right there. This is what should have been my burn ends. Burn ends seem somewhat tender. Hot. Really, really hot. Pretty good. It's a really good brisket. I am going to add some swine life prime beef rub to this, just to add a little extra salt flavor to it. It's not as salty as what I thought it would be, but we're going to basically pan this up, and where I put it in the pan, I'm just going to throw some au jus on it here. Yep. Definitely a limber slice. Glad we got a few burn ends out of here. Basically, all I'm going to do here is just add some au jus to it. We're going to bag this up and everything, so there we have it. Well, we did it. We got through this brisket cook. Everything went pretty smooth, considering it was probably about 30-some degrees out today, and it was really chilly this morning. I did have a hard time getting the pits kind of going, but once they got going, they cooked good and everything. Total cook time was probably about 4.5 hours, maybe, which wasn't too bad, considering the size of them and everything. But the briskets turned out good. Had good flavor, good moisture in them. I can't complain on it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and hope maybe you learned a few things out of it. I do apologize. I'm still new at this, and my editing ain't that great sometimes, but I'm just kind of going with the flow on this and trying to make better videos as I learn more. So appreciate it again. If you like and subscribe to my channel, I'm sure going to try to do more videos, and hopefully they'll get better as we go. But I appreciate you watching, and Merry Christmas to everybody out there.